Welcome back, everyone. I just want to take a moment here and admire this landscape. This is absolutely incredible here. I've been playing around with the Distant Horizons mod again. Kind of felt nostalgic for it because it's been. I used to be a big when it first, last year when it was getting real popular. I was a real big supporter of it and loved using it and stuff. But as all things get not boring, just you really don't. Just the appeal goes away. But I had the urge to get back on and play with it a little bit again, and I'm glad I did because the new version runs so much better on my computer. The chunks load better. I have very little hiccups, and I have not a fairly old computer, and it runs quite fine. It loads a lot faster. I'm not real in tune with how the technology works and that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to get into detail of that. Not going to act like I know what I'm talking about, but just been downloaded a bunch of maps. Just on the last video, I had the Harry Potter map, and actually I used this map before on when I used to make videos on Distant Horizons, one of the maps I used, but I never really explored this aspect of it with the pyramids, and again, I think this looks absolutely amazing. So I would really urge you to, if you had this mod before, to re-download it if you were struggling to use it and run it. But yeah, I figured we'd just get on here and kind of explore it a little bit and talk about. I kind of had a topic I wanted to get into a little bit, and it's about, which this actually inspired me to make the topic, is the unknown and uncertainties we face in life every day. I think that the only certainty we have is uncertainty, and that's not a bad thing. And I think we all need to realize that no matter what happens, that there's always going to be, even if things go your way, for whatever reason, you get what you want and whatever, there's always going to be an uncertainty. But I think the biggest growth comes from the uncertainty and the unknown, and doing the things that make us uncomfortable. And we've talked about this before, but I just think it's always important to deliver these messages again, and have different aspects and different, because you get older and you can put a new flair, a new opinion on it. That's kind of what I want to do. I feel like I can kind of speak on this in a more mature and aspect than what I did even a year ago. I don't even know when I made a video talking. I may not even have made a video talking about this, which I'm sure I have. It's something we talk about on this channel, but I think being afraid to, I think it kind of gives me peace of mind knowing that what I'm afraid to do or afraid to get involved with to progress whatever it is I want to progress in my life, knowing that is actually what's going to make me a better person, a better individual. Because I think exploring the unknown is, it's an interesting concept. A lot of people don't do it because they want to stay in their comfort zone. That's kind of the big thing, is leaving that comfort zone, going into places you don't want to be. And it's just a strange phenomenon, because once you start doing the thing you don't want to do, at least in my experience, like let's say you have a big test and you have to study and you're just procrastinating it. The hardest part is just starting. Once you start, I feel like you can get into a rhythm, and it's not as bad as you thought. I think our minds make things out to be worse than they are. And I found that holds true 80-90% of the time. Like, some things are just not fun to do. Like, sometimes studying does suck, or going to work does suck, but most of the time it's really not that bad. It's about getting into that rhythm, getting into that flow state, and I think that's what a lot of us lack. is just that good flow during the day where we can do something and focus on it. I watched a really good video. It made sense, kind of another YouTuber that makes videos and just talks about whatever. He says whenever he starts a video, he doesn't really. I feel this way too. I feel like at the start of my videos, I know what I want to talk about, but it's just that beginning part, getting my words out, getting my thoughts together, even though I know what I want to speak on. It's just getting into that flow, getting into that rhythm. And the further along I record, the more I can get into that state. And that's something I pride myself on this channel. Is I really like to keep the videos like pretty uncut, unedited. Just because I think we lack so much of that, just genuine conversation, genuine thought, even if it's not thought that's per se novel or new. I think it's just thought that just comes upon as just someone thinking, getting deep into their mind, and really filtering out things that they have to say. That could help. That's so cool. Just looking at that mountain range from here is just insane. With these pyramids over here, it's truly incredible. How good this runs too, like getting over 60 frames like this. But yeah, I don't know. I think we all know, like, have an uncertainty, even if it's a good thing, even if let's say you're qualified to do a job, or you went to school to do something, or let's even take it a different direction, say you worked out and became a bodybuilder and that, and you wanted to do a competition, knowing that you put in the work to obtain the physique and all that, you're qualified, but yet you have that uncertainty of like, oh, what if I can't do this or go compete in this competition or do whatever it is. I know that's just a random example, but even knowing you have the qualifications to do something and then just actually doing that thing, it's weird how, not scary, but just like, what if you fail? What if you can't? Like, and but just the point I'm trying to get across, if you take anything away from this video, is stepping into it, just doing it. Even if it doesn't work out, just doing it, because I think you can learn a lot from just doing the things you don't want to do. And just getting into that rhythm, getting into that flow as well. So I know this video is kind of all over the place. There was a couple different thoughts, couple different ideas embedded in it, but just getting into that flow, getting into that rhythm is that's part of, I think that's how you can get in, knowing that the growth and the uncertainty is the place you need to go to get better in your life, and then knowing that, having that peace of mind, knowing that even if it doesn't work out, that's the only way to get where you need to be is stepping into that. And most of the time, stepping into that is not as bad as you make it out to be. I think it's just your brain protecting you from dangers that potentially be there, but just know that you've done things like that before, and it's never as bad as you think it's going to be as well. And finding kind of to deviate from that thought and kind of get more into finding that rhythm every day. I think every day you need to find a rhythm and a flow, which that might be for a different video. I'm going to save that topic for a different day, because there's a lot to talk about with that. But yeah, don't be afraid. Just do what you got to do. Know that you're able to, and I think knowing that it's not as bad as you think it's going to be goes a long way. So I'm going to end it there. Kind of repeating myself at this point, but hopefully you guys got something out of this message or whatever it is. But yeah, join Discord. We got a cool Discord, got good people in there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it at that. as always, God bless you guys, and have a good weekend.